It's a common misconception that captivating women hinges on a man's financial status, physical appearance, or even his practiced charm. Many men navigate their lives believing these external attributes are the ultimate keys to unlocking female tremail. Interest. But what if the true secret to profound attraction lies not in what you possess, but in a deeper understanding of intrinsic psychological triggers, subtle vulnerabilities that women themselves might not consciously recognize? Just like men, women possess a complex tapestry of subconscious desires, emotional sensitivities, and innate responses that aren't always within their direct control. The prevailing challenge for most men is their unawareness of how to identify or effectively engage with these underlying mechanisms. Today, we embark on an insightful exploration into 10 profound psychological dynamics, often perceived as hidden female weaknesses, which, once grasped, will fundamentally transform your interactions and connections with women forever. Let's delve in. Point 1. The unyielding appeal of emotional fortitude. Women are undeniably emotional beings. Yet this characteristic doesn't imply a lack of control. Rather, it signifies that their emotions serve as a significant compass for their decision-making, particularly within the realm of relationships. One of their most profound, often unacknowledged, needs is a deep craving for emotional certainty. A woman yearns to feel emotionally secure and anchored with a man, beyond the initial spark of passion or the thrill of excitement. She fundamentally desires stability, the reassuring conviction that she won't be abandoned or left adrift when life inevitably presents its challenges. This inherent need explains why women are instinctively drawn to men who exude an unwavering emotional composure. Men who remain calm and collected, even amidst turbulent circumstances, project an aura of reliability. Conversely, a man who is prone to emotional outbursts, mood swings, or who appears emotionally reliant on her, will swiftly diminish her attraction. Why? Because such behavior signals a fundamental weakness. Women seek a sense of safety, and that security emanates directly from your capacity to regulate your own emotional landscape regardless of external pressures. Consider this: if a woman perceives that she must constantly stabilize your emotions, the natural dynamic of attraction is inverted. You become the fragile entity, compelling her into a dominant caretaking role, a dynamic that rapidly extinguishes romantic interest. Instead, cultivate a stoic confidence. This means when she expresses frustration, you maintain your calm. When plans deviate, you refrain from complaint or panic. When obstacles emerge, you confront them with quiet resolve. The man who consistently provides emotional certainty becomes an invaluable sanctuary for women, a quality they will perpetually seek, often without fully comprehending its source. Point 2. The irresistible pull of the elusive. There's an undeniable truth. Woven into the fabric of human psychology, we inherently assign greater value to that which is scarce or difficult to obtain. This principle explains the allure of rare gemstones, luxury automobiles, or exclusive collector's items. Their desirability stems from their limited accessibility. Women, when it comes to attraction, operate on this very same psychological premise. A subtle yet potent aspect of female psychology is her profound attraction to men she cannot entirely possess. Men who are excessively available, overly eager, or whose attraction is overtly declared too soon, inadvertently diminish their perceived value in a woman's eyes. While she might appreciate the attention, she won't feel compelled to pursue it. On the contrary, men who cultivate a judicious sense of distance and an air of mystery ignite a deep-seated desire within her, an urge to bridge that perceived gap. This is precisely why women often find themselves captivated by men who appear somewhat indifferent or challenging to decipher. It's not that they enjoy being ignored. Rather, their subconscious mind attributes a higher intrinsic value to something that remains partially uncertain or unobtained. So, how do you harness this psychological lever? Avoid constant availability. Allow her to anticipate your next encounter. Cultivate and maintain your own robust independence. Ensure your life doesn't solely revolve around her. Reveal aspects of yourself gradually, like unfolding a compelling story, rather than divulging everything at once. Let her discover you over time. The moment a woman feels she has completely won you, her interest often begins to wane. By keeping a genuine part of yourself just beyond her immediate grasp, you sustain her intrigue and her desire to connect more deeply. 3. The primal resonance of a deep voice and commanding presence among the most underestimated psychological catalysts. 4. Attraction are a resonant, controlled voice and a powerful, self-assured presence. Research consistently indicates that men with deeper vocal tones are instinctively perceived as more dominant, confident, and, consequently, more attractive. This isn't merely a subjective preference. It's deeply rooted in evolutionary psychology. A lower vocal register subconsciously signals higher testosterone levels and strong leadership qualities, attributes to which women are instinctively drawn. However, the impact extends far beyond just your voice. It encompasses your entire demeanor. Women are profoundly affected by men who possess the innate ability to command a space without overt effort. Presence is an energy you radiate even before uttering a single word. It's reflected in your posture, your deliberate movements, and your composed reactions to the world around you. A man with a strong presence moves with purpose, devoid of nervous fidgeting or hurried actions. He maintains steady, confident eye contact without darting glances. He speaks slowly and deliberately, imbuing each word with perceived significance. Conversely, a weak presence is characterized by a slouched posture, anxious gestures, and an uncertain, wavering voice. These subtle cues transmit signals of low confidence, often unbeknownst to the man himself. If your aim is to effortlessly captivate women, prioritize mastering your presence. The more potent and self-assured your energetic projection, the more women will be drawn to you, often without needing a single word to be spoken. 4. The unstoppable force of a man who can detach. Do you wish to activate one of a woman's deepest, most primal fears? Demonstrate your willingness to walk away as if you don't inherently need her. A significant, often overlooked, psychological vulnerability in women is their profound emotional response to potential loss. It's a fundamental psychological truth. People tend to value what they fear losing the most men. When sensing a woman's emotional withdrawal, instinctively do the opposite. They initiate a chase, resort to pleading, over-explain their intentions, or desperately attempt to fix the situation. Yet, this behavior inadvertently communicates a singular message that he needs her more than she needs him. The instant a woman perceives this imbalance, her attraction begins to erode. A man who can disengage without hesitation communicates an ultimate level of self-assurance. He conveys, without uttering a word, "I am not desperate for your validation. I possess other options. My self-worth is not contingent upon your approval." This mindset is profoundly compelling to women. If she understands that you are genuinely prepared to walk away should she disrespect you, engage in manipulative games, or emotionally distance herself, she will naturally assign a higher value to your presence. This isn't about manipulation. It's about embodying genuine self-respect. The principle is straightforward. Cultivate the inner strength to walk away, and you will rarely find yourself in a position where you need to chase. 5. Her deepest fascination. A man driven by purpose. A woman's most profound attraction isn't ultimately rooted in a man's physical appearance, his financial standing, or even his charismatic flair. It resides in his overarching sense of purpose. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are propelled by something larger than their individual selves. A man who possesses a clear, compelling mission, whether it's building an enterprise, mastering a complex skill, or conquering a significant personal objective. automatically becomes magnetic. Why? Because purpose cultivates focus, instills discipline, and fosters genuine independence. Qualities that women find profoundly irresistible. The common pitfall many men encounter is making a woman their sole mission. They elevate her above all other priorities, inadvertently making her feel as though she is the only thing that truly matters in his life. Ironically, this very act often extinguishes attraction. Women, at their core, do not wish to be the absolute center of your entire universe. They desire to be a valued part of something grander, something meaningful that you are actively building. A man with a compelling mission doesn't idly await her text messages. He doesn't abandon his commitments simply because she calls. He is actively engaged in pursuing his own vision, and this dedication renders him profoundly desirable. So, reflect deeply. What are you constructing? What grand objective are you pursuing? If you lack a defined mission, women will instinctively sense this void, and their sustained interest will prove elusive. 6. The art of controlled vulnerability. A potent paradox there. Exists a delicate equilibrium when it comes to expressing vulnerability. Too much, and a woman may perceive you as weak or emotionally unstable. Too little, and she might view you as emotionally distant or unavailable. Women are profoundly drawn to men who intuitively grasp this paradox. Men who can be open and authentic, yet always in a manner that reinforces rather than diminishes their inherent strength. A prevalent error men make is assuming that women desire constant emotional expression. This is a misconception. While women genuinely seek a man capable of deep emotional connection, they are simultaneously repelled by men who overshare, perpetually complain, or constantly seek emotional validation from them. The mastery lies in demonstrating vulnerability, selectively and strategically. You acknowledge your emotions, but you never allow them to dictate your actions or control your composure. You might share past struggles, but typically after you have already overcome them. You reveal personal details gradually, allowing intimacy to build organically, rather than dumping everything at once. A man who understands this creates a powerful, compelling dynamic. He makes a woman feel uniquely special when he chooses to open up, yet he never does so from a position of weakness or neediness. A man who overshares too prematurely, burdens her with his problems, or constantly seeks reassurance will inevitably come across as needy and emotionally unstable. Conversely, a man who unveils his inner world on his own terms with deliberate intention becomes profoundly irresistible. A man's emotions should be akin to a deep, vast ocean. Its presence is undeniable, yet its depths are never overwhelming. Women are captivated by men who possess the strength to be vulnerable, coupled with the self-control to express it, in a way that amplifies their commanding presence. 7. The innate imperative. Women's tests of your strength. Most men remain largely unaware that women, often subconsciously, subject them to continuous tests. These aren't arbitrary challenges. They are instinctive, deeply ingrained mechanisms women employ to ascertain if a man truly possesses the strength and resilience he projects. A woman might subtly challenge your opinions to gauge your conviction, initiate minor disagreements, to observe your composure, or feign disinterest to see if you become insecure or chase. These tests are not designed to be difficult or malicious. They are evolutionary filters designed to weed out men who lack genuine fortitude. If a woman senses that a man is easily flustered, overly reactive, or excessively emotional, she instinctively loses respect for him. The profound secret to navigating these tests is to never react emotionally. Instead, maintain your calm, perhaps offer a subtle smile, and remain utterly unfazed. If she challenges you, respond with quiet certainty, not defensiveness. If she creates distance, resist the urge to chase. Allow her the space to return. A man who consistently passes a woman's Teskey becomes the man she finds irreplaceable. Remember, women typically only test men to whom they are already attracted. If she's testing you, it's often a positive indicator. Just ensure you don't falter. 8. The magnetic power of confidence in the face of rejection. The vast majority of men are paralyzed by the fear of rejection. However, the rare few who embrace it with an unshakable confidence become truly untouchable. Women are profoundly drawn to men who handle rejection as if it holds no significant weight. When a man shrugs off a dismissal, perhaps offers a light-hearted laugh, or even transforms it into a casual jest, it broadcasts an unassailable sense of self-worth. Consider the contrast. Desperate men dread rejection because they perceive it as a confirmation of their lack of options or value. Confident men, however, remain unconcerned because they are intrinsically aware of their own worth, independent of external validation. If a woman declines your advance, a simple, calm response like, "No worries, your loss. All right, have a great day," accompanied by a genuine smile or nod as you confidently move on, speaks volumes. The crucial element is to never allow rejection to diminish your inner energy or self-perception. A man who can absorb rejection with effortless grace is a man who attracts women without conscious effort. Rejection itself doesn't inflict pain. It's the attachment to external approval that causes suffering. The moment you liberate yourself from the fear of rejection, women will instinctively perceive your profound confidence and, paradoxically, begin to pursue you. 9. The enduring fascination with the enigmatic man. If a woman possesses complete knowledge of your thoughts and feelings at all times, her curiosity wanes. And when her curiosity dissipates, so too does her inclination to pursue. Women are profoundly captivated by men who keep them guessing, maintaining an intriguing element of mystery and unpredictability. Signs of a man who is too easily deciphered include always responding to texts instantaneously, being overly expressive about his feelings too early in a connection, or constantly seeking validation or reassurance. Conversely, a high-value man cultivates attraction by deliberately not being an open book. He keeps a woman engaged by being selective in what he shares, responding at his own pace rather than instantly, and maintaining an aura of calm unpredictability. Curiosity is the fuel of desire. She always knows what your next move will be. The thrill of the chase is effectively over. The man who can consistently ignite a woman's imagination is the man she simply cannot stop thinking about. 10. The ultimate cower. A man who masters his desires, the ultimate, often unacknowledged weakness women possess is their profound inability to resist a man who is in complete command of himself. Most men are, to varying degrees, controlled by their desires. They chase women indiscriminately, seek external validation relentlessly, and allow lust to dictate their actions. However, the men who wield true power are those who have mastered their desires rather than being enslaved by them. Women are profoundly drawn to men who do not chase mindlessly. Instead, they choose wisely and with discernment. They are not desperate for intimacy. They maintain high standards and self-respect. They possess profound self-discipline, refusing to allow fleeting pleasure to derail their overarching purpose. The precise moment you cease chasing women is often the moment they begin to chase you. A man who possesses the inner strength to walk away, to say no when necessary, and to prioritize his mission above his immediate urges is a man women will perpetually crave. Attraction, at its core, is not about employing superficial tricks or manipulative tactics. It is about a deep understanding of human psychology and, more importantly, a profound mastery of oneself. Women are instinctively drawn to men who embody strength, possess a clear purpose, and exude unwavering self-respect. If you diligently cultivate these fundamental qualities, women won't merely desire your presence. they will find themselves profoundly needing it.